Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is the 2nd of November. The lovebirds are back at it today. He hasn't left in 2 days. He's been here ever since we got back yesterday. But anyway, today's the 2nd of November. It is Wednesday, 2022. Just a reminder, I will be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. So I would encourage you all to join me then. We'll have a good discussion and we will go from there. So as you can see, it is very, very foggy today. Well, there's the sun. The sun is trying to peek out. But it is definitely an overcast and cloudy day. But hey, that happens. That's that time of year, right? So anyhow, all right. I want to do a video today. I want to talk about 5 places to hide during martial law. So let's talk a little bit about martial law. Then we're going to talk about where. Oh my God, they're going at it again. I don't want to get that on film again. Yeah, they've been going at it. So I'm hoping that he does his job and gets her pregnant. That would be nice. We'll see what happens. But all right, so 5 places to hide during martial law. Now, if martial law is declared, right? And I love it when people say this because I already know this, but there's no way they can lock down the whole country. And you are 100% correct. There is no way for them to lock down the whole country. But what they can do is they can lock down and restrict travel on the highways. They can circle up the cities and lock down cities. That they can do. And the majority of people, folks, are in the cities. They can restrict what you have access to as far as fuel, electricity. They can cut off different parts of the country if they wanted to. So to think that, that you can just continue to do what you want to do is not going to be the case. It would definitely be much more restrictive of your access of what you want to do. So for the most part, you're going to want to try to comply as much as you can or as much as you need to, depending on what the situation is. But what you have to understand, a couple things too, and we're going to get into the topic of what you need to do, where you would hide in a moment. But you have to understand something. During martial law, it means they can come, they can confiscate everything that you have, and there's nothing you can do about it. They can take your firearms, they can take your supplies, if it's deemed to be needed for the community and stuff like that. So, first place that you can hide in an SHTF situation, or not SHTF, I'm sorry, martial law, would be stay where you're at, hide in plain sight. Now, sorry about the dogs. So that's the first place you could do is hide in plain sight. I would strongly encourage, and I've talked about this before, and I think that this is important and people really need to think about this, is not keeping all your supplies readily available, having them in caches, having things hidden away so they cannot be confiscated. That's an important aspect of it. So, try to stay friendly and polite with the local authorities, whoever the military that is in charge in your area. Try not giving them a hard time. Do what you got to do, but be smart about what you're doing. And I think that's a big part of it. Trying to keep that low profile. Obviously, they're going to have list of people, okay? Obviously, I would be one of those people that would be on a list, So, because what I do with being on YouTube and stuff like that, I get that and I understand that. But I'm talking about the average prepper that doesn't have a YouTube account and is not making videos daily and all those type of things. You can keep a pretty low profile, keep most of your supplies hidden. False walls work really, really well in those type of situations as well. But you can hide in plain sight. Now, another option, the second option, would be a bug-out location, a cabin in the woods somewhere, right? You have that location set up where you can go, that you have supplies, and as long as you can get there, if martial law has been declared, as long as you can get there, you can pretty much stay off the radar if you're, not making a lot of noise and disturbances. Having that place set up to go to so that you can lay low, really, really important. And I think that that's another big aspect of the prepping part of it that's important, is to have options and have those things set up, okay? Number 3 would be hide. Let's say you're wanted. Let's say you're on a list, right? Hiding with friends and family, rotating that around. Now, generally, they're going to have a list of your known contacts, friends and family, so they would definitely be checking with them. But if there's a way, that you can bounce around, low profile, obviously, with friends and family, and stay out of the public eye, that's a good thing. And I think that that is also something that needs to be thought about in that situation. Because again, you just having options and having places to go is really, really important. Okay, so number 4. Now this one, you better be up on your skills. You can head off into the wilderness. Have whatever that you carry on you. Head into the woods. Having this, you would need to truly have the skill sets to be able to survive in the wilderness if you were planning on surviving in the wilderness for any length of time. Again, this is what the importance of caches is about as well, is if you have, drop spots that you know of, and you can have supplies on site, ready to go. You know where they are. Maybe not everybody else does, but you know where there's places where you have, food, supplies, clothing, extra money, whatever you need to have in that location. That would be a good thing. And so, very, very smart to do that. The last one, and I've talked about this a little bit in the past, is other prepper communities, networking, having different communities. If I go to, XYZ state, I know that I have the opportunity that people, like-minded people, are going to hide me away for a while. Now, again, that would really depend on, you being on some kind of list and they're looking to take you down for whatever reason. Excuse me. That's what that would be about. So that's something to think about as well. Something to plan for, something to plan ahead for, and just be ready, Again, we're not going to get like, okay, well, this is what's coming up. This is what we're going to do next. You're not going to get that kind of a warning. One day things may be normal. The next day they may say, hey, we're locking the whole thing down because of this, that, or the other thing. The unknown is obviously very, very scary. But if you have made plans and contingency plans and other plans ahead of time to put yourself in a situation where you can survive whatever's going to happen, it's just a smart call. It's a real smart call. And so if you have that opportunity to do those different type of things, you're going to be in much, much better shape. And I think that that's important to think about. I think that's something that's important to plan for, and those type of things ahead of time. So just some thoughts to think about. I hope this helps, with this topic. What are you going to do? What is your game plan? So here's my question to you guys with this. If martial law is enacted, what would your game plan be? What is your plan to do? I mean, I like the idea, obviously. I mean, I live at both of my bug out retreats. You guys all know that. I've been talking about the importance of that for years and years and years. The more isolated that you can be, the more off the beaten path that you are, it's better for you because you're not going to be drawing that attention to yourself. And that's what you're trying not to do. You don't want to be drawing attention to yourself. So you want to keep that low profile as much as you possibly can. And so the more off the beaten path you are, like if you're in the cities and they lock down the cities, guys, you're screwed. I mean, you're literally screwed. You better step in line, do as you're told, not make waves. Because again, during martial law, and I want you to remember this, these freaking dogs. I'm trying not to get this on camera, guys, but like every time I turn, there they are going at it. But again, if you are in the cities under martial law, they can arrest you and they can detain you without due cause because the Constitution is suspended at that point. and they're going to be able to do whatever they want. So if the military leader in your district, let's say, whatever district they decide you're in, if they decide, hey, we want your stuff, we want your generator, we want this, we want the other thing, they're going to come and they're going to take it. So if you have enough stuff squirreled away and put away so they can't, you know, a lot of things to think about. And are you going to fight when they come? That's another thing you got to think about. Are you putting up a resistance? Because again, they have that long arm of the law behind them, and you have to make your choices of when do you make your stand or when do you not. And so again, with proper planning, you can be in a much, much better situation, and hopefully, you know, be able to handle whatever comes down your way and do what you got to do. But the last thing you want to do is draw a ton of attention to yourself, cause problems, because you just don't want, you know, like I said, you want to be as low profile as you possibly can in that situation. All right. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off of here for now. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. I can show him that way just for a second because he's back on top already. We're one race called the human race. As soon as we could figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us over race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvax. These are all tools used to keep us in line and keep us under control, and that's what we don't want to have. All right? So stay safe with that part of it. Be smart. Let's work together. Let's work together. Also remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. Stay positive. Stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right. I hope everybody has a great day. I will see you at 8 o'clock for the live stream. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.